Oh man, shout out to Dame. I know we don't see eye to eye, but I can never erase your accomplishments. And I appreciate you, and I thank you for that. Yo, listen, what's good, man? It's the kid Uchu. I just wanted to make this video and share my thoughts concerning Jay-Z's Hall of Fame speech, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech. I wanted to share my thoughts, man, because this is something that is very, very impactful for the culture, for the and not just for the culture, but for hip hop. You feel me? And listen, I grew up listening to Jay-Z, and I grew up listening to Jay and Rockefeller, just that whole movement, man. So it's just very. It makes me happy. I'm not even gonna hold you. It makes me happy to see the fact that Jay-Z took not only his platform, but he took a turn. He chose to take a turn. He chose to take a turn where, I don't normally do this. You don't normally hear something like this often coming out of Jay-Z's mouth, because you don't really hear Jay-Z talk about his situation. Well, as far as I haven't really heard anything. He don't really speak. Only person that that's speaking is Dame. You feel me? Only person that you see that's like having multiple interviews and getting him getting asked the same questions from different interviews. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very, 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 very exciting to see Jay-Z take that narrative. He took that turn. He took that narrative. He took that narrative where he wanted to, honor. And I think that's a lot of that's a problem in our culture today, especially for for our generation, generations who need to really understand what the definition and what the true value of honoring somebody that has been a contribution to your success. Honors goes a long way. Honor goes a long way. It doesn't matter how your relationship with such person went, or how it fell off, or whatever the case is. You don't need to have a positive relationship. You don't need to honor somebody in just because you have a positive relationship. No. I think I said that wrong. My bad. What I'm trying to say is, when you honor somebody, whether if you guys fell off or not, that's a plus. It just says a lot about your character. It says no matter what disagreement I have with my friend, my mans, or my business partner, because they contributed to my level of growth. They contributed to my growth. They contribute to anything that has propelled me to elevate. You have to pay that homage. You understand? Because the reality is that we have dreams, we have visions. We want to be able to get to a certain place, a certain level, and we can't get there by ourselves. And I feel like in this situation where it becomes a domino effect. It becomes a domino effect when you actually humble yourself and you honor somebody with respect. As another form of bowing down. Being humble is to bow down. So for me, I learned that Jay-Z, did a very influential he did some influential act, and that's something that these younger artists need to really pick up, because everything is a chain reaction. It's a domino effect, and these men are getting older. That's number one. They are not young like they were before. They're getting older, and as the older you're getting, the more relaxed you're becoming, and the more you start to understand and realize that there's certain things aren't worth it. They aren't just worth it. And then you start to put things two and two together. You're like, yo, this doesn't make sense. You know, Dane Dash, like, I would say this, like, he believes in culture. You know, as to black and brown entertainers, we're coming together, being able to do business together, not take each other and fight each other and embarrass our culture. Because here's the thing, culture should be preserved. Culture should be celebrated. What do I mean by culture should be preserved? Culture should be preserved. It should be well kept. It shouldn't be a culture where we just do anything anyhow. We embarrass ourselves. It should be preserved. It should be well kept. That's what the culture should be like. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have situations where Dame and Jay-Z are having conflict in public, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine like two siblings having conflict in public. Usually that's supposed to take place in the home. You understand? That's supposed to take place or in a private place where nobody's seeing. Because at the end of the day, you guys know each other. You guys have a better understanding, and that only takes humility. And the older you get, I believe as a dude, man, you ain't trying to have none of these problems, man. I mean, you a sicko if you past 40 and you 50 in your 50s and you still trying to, you enjoy the drama. But it's just it's inspiring to see, Dame and, saying a few things. I saw like a video of him, the video he's talking about, like, basically, like, yo, man, I want to sit down and talk. Let's sit down and talk. You understand what I'm saying? And that's but I also believe, like, it's like, all right, yo, listen, you shout me out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been a very major impact into your success. Now that's cool, that's cool. Now let's talk, man. Let's really talk. What's going on? And I feel like that is going to unravel a lot of other things, because there's a lot of other things that them two need to figure out and need to really talk about. They don't really interact. Jay has his life, he has his family, and has his empire. Also, Dame Dash has his empire. It's not that, I don't believe it's not that, because I listen, I'm sure both of them want to be able to sit down and talk. You understand what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't make sense for Jay-Z, from where he's at in his life, to want to have a toxic and drama mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Like, want to have beef and want to, it just doesn't matter. And I can understand why Dash is like, yo, let's talk about this, man, because this is ridiculous. And this is for the culture, man. Like I said, like he said, and this is some real stuff. I'm the type of person, man, I like watching like a lot of these blogs and vlogs about just these older cats, man. Like, cause listen, I'm just trying to understand, like, yo, like, are y'all ever gonna work together? Ever gonna see each other? Imagine if like one person passed away. Like, y'all never had that conversation. That's how I think. You feel me? That's how I think. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna be in someone's funeral and be like, yo, man, oh man, I'm sorry. That was my dog. And like, it's like, you know what I mean? So it's just good. Like, I feel like Jay-Z's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech opened a can of worms. I think can of worms are important to open up, because there's just worms that just need to get out the can. It needs to be empty. Because nobody wants to just hold grudges and hold hold, animosity and stuff like that. Y'all basically are in contact with the same people. Y'all have mutual friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we think God, and I yo, nah, it's just like I'm just like, wow, that's just crazy. Like that's tough. Man. Shout out to Dame Dash. Shout out to CEO Brand. Shout out to Rock Nation. You know what I mean? Like this is tough. This is some real. This is tough. Like I'm 25, so for me I love to see stuff like this. You understand what I'm saying? But that's my thoughts, man. And yeah, y'all just comment, like, and subscribe. This is what I feel about this video, and this is just it is what it is. So, all right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.